Okay. Okay. There was a few things sort of semi-related to this I did want to sort of get to. You did mention price in there, and I did kind of want to talk about the sort of direction that token pricing has recently been going. You might have seen GitHub. They sort of they took the band-aid off that needed to happen at some point.
Yeah.
What do you see sort of happening in this space, and with what you're building here, it's obviously going to be very, very affected by how this ultimately goes. Right now, companies like OpenAI are not profitable at all, and at some point that money dries up and they have to say, we need to make money now. And where does that really put like things like this that you're building? Do you see sort of a more of a move to, things like with the what was it, RTX Spark, the thing Nvidia unveiled recently, the AI laptop things? Do you see more movement towards these powerful local models, or what do you really see happening here from your perspective?
Okay, there are very many questions here.
Yes.
So it's the kind of easier one is on local models. So I mean, I'm super enthusiastic about this kind of on-device inference stuff, but I also understand that if data centers have shortages of chips, consumer devices absolutely have shortages of chips, right? So the chips of the power needed to deliver the quality of frontier models are like not going to be available to me. I mean, they are somewhat available to me, but they're like expensive as hell, and I have to wait a very long time to get one, or like even not one. I need 8 to run anything, right? So I don't think it's reasonable to expect consumer hardware to be that good.
Sure.
It can run something, but it's not going to run good LLMs.
Right.
And right now on some like really beefy Macs, you can run like a larger open source model. It's going to be slow as hell, and its quality is kind of not great. It's not the biggest open source model either. And that's the situation. And you need to realize that this is not very temporary, because right now the scaling of the quality of the models we're using is based on the amount of compute you throw at them. And data centers get compute in bulk, get electricity in bulk, get cooling in bulk. So it's all like they have economies of scale. And at home, you don't have the economies of scale at all. So if you could run those frontier models at home, they would be prohibitively expensive. Right, because like everything, even as a company, as a business, you might consider like, should I rent a couple of GPUs and host my own open source models? And the answer is you absolutely can if you have enough load. Like if you can use your GPUs 24/7, then yeah, it's going to pay off. It's going to be like some engineering involved and whatnot, but it's going to pay off. But if you don't have enough users or enough use cases to load your GPUs constantly, don't rent a GPU. It's going to be incredibly expensive. Like use Open Router or whatever, because yeah, they have the load and they have the economies of scale there. So you need to keep this arithmetic in mind. And it's, like you can run an open source model like very cheaply per token if you produce tokens all the time.
Right.
Yeah, so that's, excuse me, that's kind of one aspect of that. But also like in terms of how this like current situation of subsidized tokens is affecting the industry, the one thing is, I don't really know how much a token is today.
Right.
Because the subscriptions are subsidized. Also, I'm not sure if APIs are not more expensive to subsidize the subscriptions. I have no idea. Right. So they're like, I have no idea what my unit economics look like right now? And that's a genuine challenge. What I'm trying to go by is just calculations of what it would cost me to run a big open source model, just renting hardware. And this kind of, you can calculate how much it is. And open source models are like half a year to a year behind the frontier, but you can kind of extrapolate that. They will probably catch up and so on.
Right.
So there, like, you can get this idea of how expensive it's going to be. And it doesn't look terrible right now, but you're definitely not burning tokens without thinking anymore, like you used to. But no, not anymore. And as I said, like GitHub Copilot not accepting new paid users is an interesting development. I didn't expect them to do it. And incidentally, like right now, we actually need a few Copilot subscriptions because we want to support Copilot conversations in our product, and we can get one. Subscriptions are not available.
Right.
Yeah, and and this is probably like a passing moment.
Sure. It would be a bizarre business model to just say no more customers.
Right, of course. Yeah, so they just need time to regroup and whatnot. It's going to be fine. But yeah, the truth is, we got to a point where the users know how to consume like incredible amounts of tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of it very rationally, like it's not optimized on the user end, but we got to a point where, okay, now everybody knows how to spend tokens. And this is an important stepping stone, because before we just didn't know what tokens were good for. Now we do. Good. But we'll spend some money on that, like we as an industry. We spend some money on that, and then now we need to count the money. Yeah, that's real. And the thing is, I don't really know how expensive it is, but I suspect that it's still it makes economic sense to use AI. Like from very many signals.
That's kind of like where I was leading us towards, right? Like this is a common discussion point that comes up. Not knowing how much it costs, we don't really know what the price point is exactly at. So the question then becomes, is the approach we are taking, is it actually economically viable in a world where we're not seeing subsidized tokens, right? Like that's the big question here. If you're paying more for tokens than you would pay for equivalent developer time as a salary, does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah, so I guess I don't have the ultimate answer here, especially for like specifically today's situation, because the situation will change in 3 weeks, and I don't even know when this podcast goes live. So the thing is, there definitely are useful models that are economically viable. I don't know if the most powerful models that we have today are already economically viable, but I suspect that they can be optimized and made cheaper, probably. But definitely, we already have some models that are already useful, maybe not as impressive, but definitely useful and viable 100% at the same time. So it's not like, this entire AI thing is going away. No. The question is is the Fable class model economically viable right now? Like, can a software developer team use this kind of model and be really profitable, be better than just using humans? And it's not a calculation of just salary against tokens. It's also delivery time. If you get something for 3 times more expensive, but it ships 10 times faster,
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's an incredible opportunity that makes your business better. I don't know.
Right.
It depends on the business very much. Yeah, but definitely we don't know the current situation. We can't tell whether this business is basically borrowing its productivity from the investors of whoever is subsidizing the tokens. And this productivity will not be viable tomorrow when tokens have actual prices, or maybe they're already fine and all the prices will check out and everything will be okay. But the question is real, and I'm 100% sure that there are people out there who are exceeding any reasonable budget and in like real money spent on what they're doing.
Go on
Absolutely.
Twitter for 5 minutes and you'll find... Go on LinkedIn for 5 minutes, you'll find these people.
Yeah, and even some people like really like to inflate their numbers because it's nice to brag on the internet. But even without like completely outlier cases, there are quite a few people who set up like really token hungry workflows that are yielding them good results, but they may not be economically viable right now. And at the same time, there are people who plausibly are absolutely fine. And like, now they pay, I don't know, $200 a month for their subscription. And actually they're spending $1,000, but that $1,000 actually pays off.